Am I nuts, or is this really what I'm seeing?
I find Barr's behavior to be absolutely unconscionable. It's inappropriate. He's defending the president.
Then we see a redaction. Now, I don't know how to have X-ray vision. I can't see through black ink.
Obviously, Attorney General Barr, as political operatives do, put a spin on this that was favorable to the president.
Fox News alert, the mainstream media really melting down over the release of the Bob Mueller report.
Can they regain the people's trust?
Here now to weigh in, is visiting fellow with the Independent Women's Forum and president of District Media Group, Beverly Hallberg. Thanks for coming on today, Beverly.
Thank you.
One of the biggest things that they had a problem with was the pre-release press conference, and they said that Bill Barr was talking about the president like he was his own client rather than being the attorney general,
Well, first of all, let's not forget that this is somebody that the president has nominated. Any president is going to nominate the AG. Also, this is also someone that worked for the Bush administration. I don't think we can say that he's always been in the Trump camp. And let's not forget the other side of this as well, as he has said from the beginning, and he said this yesterday, that he was going to give an unredacted version also to Congress. He'll take out the grand jury aspect, and he said that Mueller should testify. So everything that we learned from Mueller yesterday has been good. And also the complaint prior to this was that he was going to give a version that had far too many redactions. The fact that we're not talking about this today says he did his job well.
Well, what do you make of the fact that for however long now, almost the 2 years that we've been talking about this, some in the media have put people on their airwaves who say, we have evidence of collusion, and as it's come out, it's like, well, where is the evidence? How do you regain trust back for the American people? Because that is a hard thing to do.
A very hard thing. I actually think one of the most stunning aspects of yesterday's coverage was that the media were patting themselves on the back for having great coverage for the past 2 years. Yet the one thing that they were peddling for 2 years is that this was collusion. Yes, there are some things outlined in here that are not favorable to the president that we could talk about, but for them to focus on this obstruction side of it and not say we were wrong about collusion, I think it does a great disservice to the public. But at the same time, people are self-selecting what they want to hear. If you don't like the president, you're going to listen to some mainstream media outlets and go with them. If you do like the president, well, they're not gonna read much into this as well.
They really point, when talking about collusion, they really point to that Bezelnitskaya meeting at Trump Tower, where they say that is all the evidence of it. And you start to wonder, really, if that was just political novice, that they just had no idea. They say, oh, we have dirt? I mean, politics is so filthy dirty. It's such a filthy dirty game. Everybody's trying so hard to win. You hear somebody's got dirt, you're Donald Trump Jr., you've never been in politics. I mean, I could see it happening that way. And then with obstruction, they really felt vindicated. I mean, CNN was brimming with pride yesterday reading this report.
Oh, absolutely.
It was surprising to hear.
It gave them something to talk about, especially after a couple weeks of thinking there was no collusion. Here's what I would like everybody to consider. We are talking about the office of the president. Even if you don't like President Trump, for them to run on these type of stories for so long is a problem.